Hello, John, glad to have you back.
I am. I cannot possibly tell you how much I'm glad I'm back.
The Raiders will, like I say, try to get even in this series today as they take on the Hilltoppers, and we've got a lot of wind again today, just as we did when we started last night.
Well, right now it's they're saying 19 miles an hour out of the south, so it's blowing in from right field. But that doesn't mean anything.
As the game progressed yesterday and darkness fell, the wind let up, and it was very light toward the end of the game. But we could have used that wind in the 8th inning because both of those home runs were to right center field, and I'm thinking if the wind had been blowing like it is now, that might have kept those balls in the ballpark.
Well, here's the thing. We played them some pretty good baseball for 7.5 innings. So we just need to make it a 9-inning effort today.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Blue Raider left-hander Chandler Alderman, who will get the starting assignment for tomorrow's game, the final game of the series. That's coming up next. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the MTSU Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Reese Smith Jr. Field. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit www.mtemc.com to learn more. And that scoreboard, light it up, Blue Raiders.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Tim Page with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Feel overwhelmed at the thought of purchasing a new home? Well, it's time to get moving. For professional, personal real estate services, give me a call today and put me to work for you. 615-896-5656, or you can reach me at exitmurfreesboro.com. Let's go Blue, and I'll see you at the game.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
I'm with Blue Raider pitcher Chandler Alderman. He'll get the start tomorrow in the final game of the series. And your second year here, you've seen this team before. I think you faced them last year.
Yes, well, definitely. They were a good team last year. They're going to be a good team this year. You just got to go right at these guys.
Well, a team that's undefeated at home this late in the season, you know, they've got to have something going for them.
Yeah, you just got to pitch them like every other team. You can't go in there thinking they're going to be better than you. You just got to think you're going to be better than them.
All right, tell me how you and Coach Wiz and the other pitchers go about sitting down and preparing for a ball game.
Well, we'll sit down and we'll go over every single batter and their weaknesses. And we'll go over our strengths to their weaknesses and say what will work against them.
And when you do that, you kind of work out a system for pitching to each hitter?
Yeah, so he has a chart basically that says what batter will do what basically with what pitch, and that's kind of where he goes off of calling pitches.
So it's up to you guys to execute the pitches. Huh?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now, congratulations, by the way, on that complete game. Had you gone 130 before?
No, I think last year I think it was 118 in the no-hitter, but that was the only thing I got close to.
So I am assuming that you did not want to leave that game?
No, not at all. Well, Coach Myers kept asking me if I was good, and I just kept saying yes, and it was honestly feeling good. And then the day after, I was a little bit sore.
So, yeah, I was going to ask you how it felt the day after, but anyway, I thought you just put the team on your back that day.
No, we needed a win, and I had some good stuff that day, and I just trusted it, and that's what I needed to do the rest of the season.
When do you know when you have good stuff or not?
The first couple innings, you'll kind of know what the hitters are doing against you, what kind of contact they're getting against you, and just how your stuff in the pen, honestly, if you're coming out there, how it's going to look.
All right. This team is not really a power hitting team, but they're a doubles machine, and this is a doubles park. So you're going to pitch to whatever weaknesses they have. Plus, they're also a running team. They've stolen a ton of bases. As a left-hander, some think that a left-hander has the advantage in holding runners. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, my thing is honestly just getting quick to the plate, and the quicker I can get to the plate, the better the chance that the catcher has to throw them out. And if I keep a good or a quick time to the plate, then we should not have a problem with them on the bases.
You try to time your time between pitches a little different?
Yeah, definitely. You mix your looks up between pitches, and everyone should be different because they don't time you up and get a good jump off you.
What did you have working for you really good last week?
Just basically being inconsistent with my delivery, with my mechanics kind of going slower, going faster, just getting them off their game.
Okay, well, let's have another good closing performance and throw another 130, and we got out here with a win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, that's Chandler Alderman, Blue Raider pitcher, sophomore, who really, as I said in the interview, I thought he just put this team on his back last week against Louisiana Tech, threw 130 pitches and a complete game win.
Well, I really liked your question about how do you know when you got your stuff. That was a great question, and sometimes it's not always easy to tell. But then, on the other hand, if they blast you in that first inning, you know you haven't got it that day, right?
All right, we're getting closer to first pitch time. We're going to take another 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll check the starting lineups for this game. 2 minutes now on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
And welcome back. We're at Nick Dennis Field on the campus of Western Kentucky University here in Bowling Green. Just a couple of hours north of our fair city. as the Raiders and the Hilltoppers get set for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Show your MTSU pride with every purchase. Visit one of their 28 Middle Tennessee branch locations. Ask for your MTSU debit card. Learn more at ascend.org. The umpires have made their appearance. The two head coaches meeting to exchange the lineups, and we have starting lineups. John, what do you got?
Well, leading off for the visiting Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders, leading off center fielder Eston Snyder. Clay Badalak will be at third today, batting second. Brett Von Dolan will be the DH, batting third, and Tyler Minnick behind the plate will be in the cleanup slot. Batting fifth will be left fielder Keaton Ray. Shortstop Matt Wolf bats sixth. Brett Rogers, the right fielder, bats seventh. Hayden Miller will be at first base today. He bats eighth, and Cooper Clapp at second base bats ninth. On the mound for the Raiders will be Drew Horn. For the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, Joe Ciervo leads off. He's the right fielder. Left fielder Carlos Vasquez bats second. Ryan Weidman, the center fielder, bats third. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter Kyle Hayes. He is at first base. DH Thomas Marsala bats fifth. Shortstop Reed Howard bats sixth. Batting seventh, the second baseman Austin Haller. Batting eighth, the third baseman Henry Brown. And batting ninth, the catcher Anthony Westbrook. And on the mound will be a right-hander, Dawson Hall. And we'll get you numbers on those pitchers as we get into the ball game.
In case you weren't with us yesterday, we'll repeat. This is an all-turf field. Pitching mound, home plate, the entire field is turf. It's 330 feet down each line, 400 to center field, 370 to left center and right center. The bullpens are behind the outfield fence. The Blue Raider bullpen down the right field line, and the Western Kentucky bullpen down the left field line, as John will have his binoculars trained out that way today, which we were without last night. So we had to kind of do a guessing game on pitchers coming in from the bullpen. They have a picnic area just to the right of the Blue Raider dugout down the first base side that extends all the way to the foul pole in right field. This stadium is located, it's a tight campus. We're right next to University Avenue, and there will be a lot of foul balls hit out into that area. And John, the train track's right across the street, but we didn't have a train come by last night. I was surprised.
That is surprising, because we normally hear two or three of those freights rambling through. I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the traffic out on University Avenue. We may break some windshields today.
Yeah, somebody might dent a fender out there on a foul ball today. The two coaches have gone back to their respective dugouts. Players are getting ready to line up for the national anthem. We're going to take a final 2-minute break, and then we'll be ready for baseball, Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky today. You're listening to Blue Raider Baseball from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net. Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290. From the Blue Raider Network in Van Wagner College, it's time for Middle Tennessee State University baseball. Today's game is brought to you in part by Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Tim Page, and Chip Walters. State Farm Insurance and agent Deb Insel. Pepsi and your local Pepsi bottler. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office. And by Middle Tennessee State University. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Blue Raider baseball.
Dick Plummer, John Callow with you on this Friday afternoon. I keep thinking it's Saturday, John, but it's Friday. This is the second game of a three-game series. Western is on the field, and we'll set them defensively for you. Their catcher is Anthony Westbrook at third base. And this is a change from yesterday. Henry Brown playing third base. The shortstop is Howard. Haller, the second baseman, and Kyle Hayes at first base. Vasquez, who played third base yesterday, is in left field. Weidman is in center field. And Ciervo, who played right field yesterday, or played left field yesterday, is in right field. And on the mound will be the right-hander, Dawson Hall.
Dawson Hall making his 12th appearance, his fourth start. He was a reliever up until 3 weeks ago. He has thrown 27 innings, given up 7 runs, 4 of them earned on 21 hits, 7 walks, 21 strikeouts. He's got a 1.33 ERA, a 5-0 record with no saves.
So the Raiders are going to be facing another top pitcher today in Dawson Hall, and another pitcher who has not given up a home run this season, as Eston Snyder swings at the first pitch, hits it into center field, and it's going to be taken out there by Weidman for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out.
Start time 3:03, Dick.
3:03. And did we get the temperature and the wind and all that?
It's 81 degrees, partly cloudy, mostly sunny. Wind out of the south at 19.
First pitch to Clay Badalek is down low for ball 1. 1 out in the first inning.
Which means it's that wind is blowing straight into our open press box.
Strike call. Yeah, we got to keep everything anchored down today. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hall's pitch. In there for a call strike, it's 1-2. Badalek hitting .325. And the right-hander delivers, and a ball hit into right center field. The wind's going to hold that one up. Weidman will take it for out number 2. 2 fly balls to center field and 2 outs. If you hit it up in the air here with the way the wind's blowing, John, it's not going to go very far.
Not very far at all.
Unless you pull it like Von Dolan did down the left field line and get it up into that jet stream.
Yeah, but you don't want to get it to pull it too much. You want to start it kind of in towards left center and let it blow.
First pitch outside, ball 1 to Von Dolan. Ground ball, fair, down the right field line. Could be 2. The right fielder over there quickly.
He's going to get
throw
thrown
to
out.
second, not in time.
Wow, that throw, good throw from the right fielder down in the corner in foul territory. His throw just a little bit to the right field side of the bag, and that lets Von Dolan get in with a double.
So a home run in the first inning yesterday, a double in the first inning today, and the Raiders have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. The batter, Tyler Minnick.
Nice job of hitting there for Von Dolan. Goes right down the right field line.
And Hall with the pitch inside for ball one. Minnick had a double in yesterday's game. It's 1 out of 5. Big right-hander comes set, checks the runner, and delivers a pitch and a tap foul, and the count will go to 1-1. I said he was a big fella. He's listed at 6'1", 198. Looks a little bigger than that to me from up here. And he's a homegrown product, native of Bowling Green, and went to Bowling Green High School here. Pitch is fouled out of play, and the count will go to 1-2 on Minnick.
Well, the interesting thing for us to be watching out for is his pitch count. His high for the season is 72. So he is his longest outing was just 6 innings.
Swinging a foul off to the right, rolling back by the Blue Raider on deck circle.
Although I'm not sure we want to get into their bullpen anytime soon.
1 ball and 2 strikes. That's actually the strength of their pitching. And it proved to be that way last night. The pitch outside. Count will level off at 2-2 to Tyler Minnick. Brett Von Dolan with a 2-out double, the runner at second base. Here in the top of the first inning. And the pitch to the plate hit up the middle. That is a base hit. They're going to wave Von Dolan. Weidman comes up throwing. Throw to the plate is in time, and he's out.
Yeah, never did get to the plate. Catcher Anthony Westbrook did a really nice job of blocking off the plate.
So that was a good throw by the center fielder, and Von Dolan doesn't have the greatest speed on this team. I think most of the players from second base would have scored on that, John, but Von Dolan thrown out at the plate. So that is going to be all in the first inning. No runs. Raiders had 2 hits and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Middle Tennessee nothing. Western Kentucky coming to bat. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. The Raiders had a scoring opportunity cut down in the first inning on a good throw to home plate to cut down a runner trying to score from second. Defensively for the Raiders, it'll be the same alignment as yesterday. Tyler Minnick behind the plate, Badalak at third, Matt Wolf at short, Cooper Clapp at second, Hayden Miller at first, Keaton Ray in left, Eston Snyder in center, and in right field, Brett Rogers. On the mound, the right-hander, Drew Horn.
Drew Horn making his 8th start. He's thrown 41 in the third innings, given up 10 runs, 9 earned on 20 hits, 24 walks, 52 strikeouts. He's got a 1.96 ERA, a 2-1 record.
This is Joe Ciervo to lead it off. Takes a strike call, 0-1. We are in the first inning in Bowling Green. Sun in and out with some scattered clouds today. Temperatures up in the low 80s. Pitch low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ciervo. hitting .328 on the year. And Horn's pitch on the way, missed inside for ball 2, 2-1. Sierra yesterday, as the leadoff batter, was 2 for 5. He had a big hit in that 8th inning, as did a lot of their players. Check swing and a strike. Caught the outside corner, 2-2.
Throwing
Field playing him
fastballs.
just about straight away.
Throwing fastballs so far.
Horn with a 2-2 pitch. Miss low for ball 3. So a full count to the first batter for the Hilltoppers. Pitch is swung on, fouled out of play. Count holding at 3-2. Horn with another 3-2 pitch, and that one hit him on the shoulder.
Came
Not
up and
exactly
in.
the way you want to start a game.
No.
Anytime you put a runner on base against this team, John, it's a stealing opportunity because they have stolen 88 bases this year.
Well, I suspect right now it's for Siervo, it's not a matter of if but when, right?
Batter is Vasquez, right-handed hitter. Pitch to the plate, inside, ball 1.
Chandler Alderman was talking about a very important factor in limiting the running game. That's that your speed to the plate.
Horn comes set. And a throw to first. Runner is back. Their leading base stealer is Weidman. And the Raiders picked him off clean early in the game last night, but failed to make the tag at second. So we got credit for a stolen base. Again, the throw to first and the runner back. Bottom of the first inning, just underway. Crowd still coming in here. Had a really good turnout last night for the game, but I think as I said on the air last night, why wouldn't you come out to see this team? They're undefeated at home.
And nationally ranked now. They're number 20 in the country.
One ball, no strikes, the count to Vasquez. Pitch to the plate. Misses high for ball 2, 2-0. Siervo, the runner at first, was hit by a pitch on a 3-2 count. Horn with the pitch. That was in for a strike, 2-1. Weidman waiting to hit next. Western's got the black tops on with the red numerals, white pants. Raiders have the blue tops on with the gray pants and the blue caps. And the pitch. Hit into right center field. Rogers going back. Snyder coming over. Rogers will make the catch. It's the ball back in, and Siervo has to return to first base. Rogers moving into right center. Tracked it down for out number 1. Here's Ryan Weidman, the center fielder. Well, he lost a point off his batting average yesterday. John, he had one hit in the game, so he's all the way down to 433.
Wow.
One faked going. The pitch is a strike call. 0-1 to Weidman. I thought we had that heat turned off, but it's...
You know, I was about to say the same thing to you.
The heat's on in the press box, and we can't figure out why. Hit into right field. Rogers coming in. This one's hit shallow, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So a couple of fly balls to right field handled by Brett Rogers. The first one into right center, and this one a very shallow pop-up into right field. So with 2 outs, the batter is Kyle Hayes, the first baseman. Hayes hitting .352, had one of those in fact, he had that first home run in the 8th inning last night that tied the ball game. The pitch is swung on, hit to short. Wolf is up. Throw across the infield is in time, and that's going to be it for the Hilltoppers in the first inning. After the leadoff man reaches base, they're down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. We have completed 1 full inning. Middle Tennessee nothing, Western Kentucky nothing. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Let's go ahead and take that phantom station break now that we missed at the top of the hour. 10 seconds for station identification as you listen to Blue Raider Baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
For the Raiders in the second inning, Keaton Ray will lead it off. Ray, Wolf, and Rogers, 5, 6, 7 in the batting order to face the right-hander, Dawson Hall. Raiders got a couple of base hits off him in the first inning, but had a runner thrown out at the plate trying to score. First pitch is inside for ball 1, and a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Keaton Ray hitting .303 for the season. Swings and hits this one foul down the left field line. The wind's going to blow that out of play.
Back into the construction zone. What's that they're building down there?
Pitch is low. That is a new all-sports indoor facility along with a new baseball indoor facility. They're back-to-back. Pitch is hit high in the air down the left field line, and again, that one will get caught up in the breeze and sail out of play. 2-2, so they're doing a lot of construction just as we are on the campus. Here is the 2-2 pitch, and it's high for ball 3. Home plate umpires, Jose Rivelta, Phil Kundal at first, and Jose Polanco, who had the plate last night, is the third base umpire. Right up the middle, knocked down by the pitcher Hall, tosses underhand to first, and that is out number 1 in the second inning.
If that doesn't hit him in the leg, that's probably up the middle for a base hit. But
so the Raiders have hit 2 right up the middle here off Hall. Haven't had much to show from either one of them.
That one kind of looked like a kick save, didn't it?
Here's Matt Wolf, the shortstop. Wolf takes the pitch outside for ball 1. Met yesterday, 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Ball hit in the air down the right field line, and that one is going to sail over into that picnic area.
Did it get the picnic, or did it get? I think it got just over the fence, onto the sidewalk on University Avenue.
So there's a souvenir rolling around out there for someone. High inside, ball 2, 2-1. Got a rather stout wind out of the south, which is blowing out toward left and left center. Wolf fouls this pitch out of play for strike 2. It's 2-2. And Hall's pitch is swung on and missed. Wolf down on strikes.
Took something off that.
That is out number 2 here in the second inning, and the batter is Brett Rogers, the right fielder.
Had him out in front.
Brett had a double in 4 trips in last night's ball game. Bouncing ball, first baseman is going to take it on the hop. That might have been a foul ball.
I think they called that foul.
Yep. So that will be strike 1. Two outs, base is empty. Second inning, no score. And the right-hander Hall delivers, and a pitch swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Threw that ball down and away.
And struck him out swinging. So that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Hilltoppers, and Dawson Hall nothing across in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. It's Middle Tennessee nothing, Western Kentucky nothing on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. No score in the game. In Conference USA yesterday, opening games of 3-game series, Kennesaw defeated FIU 3-1. That was at Kennesaw. And in Dallas, Dallas Baptist got the run rule over Sam Houston 17-4. Louisiana Tech, playing at home, defeated Liberty 7-6. Jacksonville State was the only team to earn a road victory. They won at New Mexico State by a score of 17-12.
That's kind of a crazy one.
Leading off in the second inning, Thomas Marsala for the Hilltoppers takes a strike from Drew Horn.
I know you're looking forward to that trip to Las Cruces next week.
More than I am the trip to Kennesaw.
We heard about their facility.
One strike to count. Horn with the pitch. Strike 2 called. Caught the outside corner. 0-2. Bottom of the second inning. No score. Horn ahead in the count. 2 strikes. This pitch is swung on and fouled back into the screen. Drew hit the first batter he faced in the first inning, but then retired the next 3 in order. Marcella with a home run in the 8th inning last night. There's a ball hit up the middle, and that is the first hit of the game for the Hilltoppers. Comes on an 0-2 pitch. So with nobody out and the lead runner on, Reed Howard, the shortstop, will stand in. So the first batter has reached in each of the first 2 innings for the Hilltoppers. Howard, a freshman. Truhorn comes set. And the runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. Throw to second base. Not in time. The throw was to the third base side of the bag. Otherwise, John, I think they would have had him.
I think you're right. They're gonna take a look at that, but I don't think they're overturning this.
No,
I think he was in.
Looked like to me he was in plenty of time, but we're not the final decision on that. So we had 3 reviews last night, John, and they were all fairly lengthy.
I don't think this one is going to be lengthy. I think you and I both saw what was happening. It was right there in front of us.
Well, we gave you those scores, conference scores, and after the smoke cleared last night, Western Kentucky is still leading the league with a 10-3 record. Louisiana Tech half a game back at 9-3, and Dallas Baptist a full game back at 9-4, and Kennesaw rounds out the top 4 with a record of 8-5, and then we drop down to FIU 6-6, New Mexico State 6-7, Liberty 5-8. Jacksonville State actually ahead of Liberty. They're 6-7. Then Liberty 5-8. The Raiders 3-10. Sam Houston 2-11. And of course, only the first 8 will make the postseason tournament. So the Raiders kind of keeping an eye on Liberty and maybe FIU, but Liberty would hold the tiebreaker in case.
Well, what it means is we need to go out to we need to win at least one game in this series, and we need to go out and win at least 2 out of 3 in New Mexico, and then come home and take care of business against Jacksonville State and Sam Houston.
So the umpires are back on the field. That call is upheld. That's safe. So stolen base for Marsala, only his 2nd of the year. He's not contending with Weidman because Weidman's got 29.
Wow.
So a runner at 2nd.
That's a lot of steals.
A strike 1
baseball.
count to Reed Howard. Horn checks the runner and delivers, and it's popped straight back over our heads and all the way over the press box. Trying to bunt. The count will go strike 2 to Howard.
As many years as we've been coming up here, you remember ever getting one into the press box?
Well, let's hope it doesn't happen this year.
Yeah. I don't remember ever getting one in here.
Horn ready to work. 2-strike count. Outside, good stop by Minnick, has had to slide out of the catcher's box to make that glove save. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Glad to have you folks listening wherever you might be today on our flagship station. Horn with the 1-2 delivery, and it swung on and missed. First base is open. They're going to have to throw him out. Minnick does that. The runner at 2nd stays put. So that is out number 1. Put out will go catcher to first base. First strikeout for Drew. And the batter is Austin Haller, the 2nd baseman. This young man had a pretty good game with the bat last night. 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored.
Well, I guess there are no other games in Conference USA today.
Has a foul out of play. Wind just blew your
I'll have to recreate that, which I think I can do.
Count is 1 strike to Haller. 1 out, runner at second. Haller batting 7th in the order. He was hitting 9th yesterday. And Horn with the pitch. Check swing and a foul out of play, and it's 0-2. Thing I remember from those scores, John, as we recapped them a minute ago, was that only one road team won the 5 series yesterday. That was Jacksonville.
We've got a couple of games that started at 3 o'clock Central.
Throw back to second and the runner back.
We've got one that'll start at 4 o'clock, and then New Mexico State does not play until this evening.
It'll be a late game in the Mountain Time Zone. 2 strikes the count. Horn with the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Haller. Haller, a left-handed batter. He's a native of California. La Mirada, California. This is his 2nd year with the Western program. Shot to left field and a base hit. Keaton Ray will come up throwing, and they stop the runner at third, and it's now the throw to first gets away, and the run is going to score. The cutoff man, was that Matt Wolf, or was that Badalak? I think it was Badalak. Made a bad throw to first. He had seen that the runner at third was going to stop, so he tried to catch that runner rounding first.
Well, he had taken a good weight too wide, gotten too far off the bag. It was not a bad play. Good throw probably gets him.
So Haller with a base hit, but no RBI, as the run will score on the error.
That's the error by Badalak, E5.
Right now, that's an unearned run. That hit was the 2nd hit in the inning off Drew Horn, and it's 1-0 Western Kentucky. Here's Henry Brown, the third baseman. Swings and fouls it out of play. Back over University Avenue. Strike 1.
Another hitter. Fly ball probably turns that earned. Fly ball would have been a sacrifice fly and scored that run.
Henry Brown, another first-year player for the Hilltoppers, a junior transfer from Indiana State. And the pitch to the plate is inside, 1-1. He was on an Indiana State team that went to 2 NCAA regionals and 1 super regional.
Wow.
So he's listed as a redshirt junior. One ball, 1 strike to count to Brown. Low for a ball. The runner faked going to second. Minnick came up ready to throw. But he was just fooling.
Well, he was fooling a long way from first base. That's for sure.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Western with a run here in the 2nd inning, leading 1-0.
We got is that a balk or a pitch clock violation?
I think the batter just asked for time.
Okay.
So they reset the pitch clock.
All right, that's that umpire in the middle of the field right now is the third base umpire, and he's in charge of the pitch clock. Pitch clock out in, what's that, out in right field, isn't it?
Yep.
Out by the bullpen.
Throw to first, runner back.
And then there will be one down that faces out.
I have not found a radar indicator yet.
on the scoreboard, Dick.
Well, I can't read the scoreboard.
Oh, well, I'll have to do that for you.
The pitch. It's foul to the screen.
Yeah.
2-2 now to Brown.
Well, that was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Where do you see that, John?
Okay, out on this scoreboard on the right side, that white strip on the right side of the scoreboard.
Well, I can't read any of those numbers.
And it tells you who's on the mound, the ERA.
I guess I failed my eye test.
Innings pitched, and then miles per hour.
2-2 the count. Again, the runner faked going, and the batter fouled it off. Count remains 2-2 on Brown. He's hitting .229, 3 home runs. Several of these players have their pants bloused right just below the knee, just the way you're supposed to wear your
That's right.
baseball pants.
They look like real baseball players.
And Horn with a 2-2 pitch. Foul outside the bag at third.
That one hit off the brick wall that goes out the third base line, and somebody comes out of their bullpen to pick that baseball up because it ended up in left field at the wall. He hit that ball hard.
Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Need a double play ball.
Horn with the pitch. Swung on and missed, struck him out.
Well, that's pretty good, too.
Second strikeout of the inning. So now 2 outs and a runner at first. Number 9 hitter is the catcher, Anthony Westbrook. Did not play last night. He's a left-handed hitter. Westbrook is a redshirt senior from Bradenton, Florida, out of Florida Southwestern. I think one of our pitchers went to Florida Southwestern. Swinging a foul off the screen over by the Western dugout. Strike 1. Drew Horn wants a new baseball. A run has scored here in the second inning on a throwing error by the Raiders, and that has been a bugaboo all season long for this team. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went after a high fastball, and the count will be 0-2.
Now, Drew's getting that fastball in 93 consistently.
Horn comes set. And the pitch just outside for a ball, 1-2. Westbrook, the number 9 hitter. Horn would love to retire him, not face the top of the batting order until the next inning. Runner at first is Haller. And the pitch to the plate is high, ball 2, 2-2.
Well, if he can retire Westbrook, he can keep that run that's scored unearned.
Horn comes set. Throws to first, runner back. Well, you know he's going to run if the count goes 3-2, so
let's just get him here.
Sometimes they elect to start runners on a 2-2 count instead. Pitch is high, ball 3, and now the runner will go on this pitch. 3-2 with 2 outs. Well, we had him 0-2, John. Need to put him away.
Yeah.
There goes the runner. swung on and fouled off to the left. That is going to be out of play.
Yeah. 6 or 8 feet too far.
This is game 2 of a 3-game series. Western Kentucky is 32-6 on the season. 10-3 in conference play. They are 23-0 at home this year. Another 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. And the inning is over. No run, 1 run, 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 left. So we have completed 2 full innings. It's Western Kentucky 1, Middle Tennessee nothing. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the MTSU Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Reese Smith Junior Field. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit www.mtemc.com to learn more. And that scoreboard, light it up, Blue Raiders.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Hey, Blue Raider fans.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We go to the 3rd inning for the Raiders, down to the bottom part of the batting order against Dawson Hall, who gave up a couple of hits in the 1st inning, but the Raiders had a runner thrown out at the plate and then went down 1-2-3 in the 2nd. So Hayden Miller will lead it off. Miller, Cooper Clapp, and then Eston Snyder.
Well, we've made Dawson Hall do some working, or at least we did in the 1st inning.
First pitch to Miller, misses the strike zone, ball 1.
He didn't have much trouble in the 2nd, though. We need to put some serious at-bats on him.
Miller swings and doesn't get it 1-1. He had a double last night in 4 trips. The 1-1 pitch on the way, hit the 3rd. Third baseman grabs it. Brown with a long throw and a good pick by Hayes over there at first to retire Hayden Miller. 3rd to 1st for the first out here in the 3rd inning. Cooper Clapp will step in. Cooper had an infield hit last night and a walk. Struck out twice. He bats from the left side, and Hall's pitch is inside for ball 1.
Came off speed.
There's a letter high strike, and it's 1-1.
When he throws that fastball, he puts his whole body into it.
Swung on, hit to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Right fielder feels it on 1 hop and gets the throw back in. That's a base hit for Cooper Clapp.
That's a nice defensive effort from Joe Severo out there. Ciervo out there. Cut that ball off to keep it from going to the wall, and then a really good throw to second base to hold Clapp at first.
So here's Eston Snyder. He flied to center field, went after the first pitch of the game. Dawson Hall, the right-hander, delivers, and a strike is called. Snyder checks back with the umpire, wanting to know where that pitch was.
Well, it was.
He thought it was inside.
Yeah, it on the corner, he was told.
1 strike to count. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. So Clapp the runner at first with 1 out. Western leading 1-0. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Ground ball to short. Could be 2 out at second and safe at first. Snyder beats the relay. Almost impossible to double him up.
Well, and the throw was not particularly good.
So Clapp retired on a forced play at second, short to the second baseman for the second out. And with Snyder at first, 2 outs, the batter is Clay Badalak. You might be looking for Eston to try and
I was just thinking the same thing.
Swipe a base here. And I think that's what the pitcher was thinking as he throws to first.
Just to make sure Eston Snyder still knows he's on the mound, right? And what you're doing with that one. That was not his A move.
Pitch is outside for ball 1 to Badalak. Flied to center field in the first inning. Howell comes set, throws to first, throws it into the turf over there.
He almost threw that into right field foul territory.
1 ball, no strikes to Badalak. Swung on, hit to right field. That is going to get down. Here comes Snyder around second. Turns at third. They're going to wave him in. The throw comes in, and there was nobody there to cut it off.
Well, it helps that he was moving on the pitch, and the ball got down into the corner that, in fact, bounced around a little bit down in that right field corner at the 3:30 mark, and they just brought him around, and Raiders are tied now.
1-1. Badalak with an RBI double is on at second base with 1 out. Throw back. Oh, they threw it into center field. Here comes Badalak to third. And that will be an error, throwing error on the pitcher. So I guess the errors are even now.
Yeah.
So Badalak with just 1 out is at third and
no, they're 2
could
outs.
Score on, are there 2 outs?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot about the force play. You're right. Pitch is high to Von Dolan. Ball 1.
Oh, that's only fair. Badalak gets the RBI to tie this game since it was his throwing error that allowed that run to score.
Bouncing ball to short. That's a good pick, but a bad throw. First baseman could not come down with it, and that'll be an E6. And will allow the run from third to come in and score, and the Blue Raiders have taken the lead.
I was hoping that ball would get over into the Raider dugout, but it didn't.
So Von Dolan at first. That run would be unearned.
That's right.
Tyler Minnick will be the batter with 2 outs and a runner at first. Inside, and that one hit him. So Minnick will go down to first base, hit by a pitch. Runners first and second with 2 outs for Keaton Ray, and we'll have a visit to the mound. This is the pitching coach coming out.
And they're bringing the whole infield in.
Dylan Napoleon is the pitching coach. He's a former pitcher for UAB.
Did we ever see
And
him?
I don't know, but I'll just bet that we have batted against him before when we were in the Sun Belt with them. Plate umpire coming out to eavesdrop on the conversation.
It looks to me like the conversation was pretty one-sided.
So Von Dolan is at second. Tyler Minnick hit by the pitches at first. 2 runs are in here in the third inning. The Raiders leading 2-1. And Keaton Ray, the batter. Swings from the left side. And the pitch to the plate, swung on, and the whole stop ball. A great stop of the second baseman.
Wow.
And that saved a run for the Hilltoppers as Haller went deep into the hole on the green turf. Got up and threw to first to retire Keaton Ray for the third out. But in the inning, the Raiders come up with 2 runs. There were 2 hits. There was an error.
There were 2 errors.
You're correct. 2 errors. And we leave 2 on base. So we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's Middle Tennessee 2 and Western Kentucky 1. We're on the Blue Raider Network from Glenn Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
I do want you to check something later for me, John. The women's tennis team up in Lynchburg, Virginia in the Conference USA tournament played this morning against Louisiana Tech. That was a semifinal game. And a win today would put them into the championship game. So we'll see if we can get a result on that for you.
I'll jump right on it. That was Middle Tennessee falls to Louisiana Tech 4-1 in the Conference USA semifinals.
That was too quick, John.
I hate that.
Well, they've had a good season. No shame in losing in the semifinals.
No, none whatsoever.
Leadoff batter is Ciervo. The right fielder takes the first pitch from Drew Horn downstairs for ball 1. Raiders leading 2-1. We're in the third. This batter was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Off-speed pitch misses for ball 2, 2-1 to Ciervo. Missed inside, ball 3, 3-1.
Lady Raiders softball at home. 9-6 win over Jacksonville State last evening.
There's a ball hit high in the air down the right field line. Going to be a foul ball, and it's going to be over in the picnic area.
Bounces and off onto University Avenue.
Got 3 players chasing it over there. I don't think any of the fans offered them a hot dog as they went back to their positions.
The ladies will be starting in about 5 minutes on campus.
Full count, 3-2. So it's a doubleheader today?
No, they're playing one today and another one tomorrow.
All right. Here's the pitch. Bounced foul over by the Western dugout.
They'll be going at noon tomorrow. 4 today, noon tomorrow.
Full count, 3-2. Ciervo leading off the third inning. And Drew Horn with the pitch. Swung on, just got a little tip of the bat on that one. Fouled it over by the Blue Raider dugout. And the count will hold at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming. That one's hit high in the air, and that will be a foul ball out of play. A lot of pitches here to Cervo to lead off the 3rd inning. Three and two, Horn with the pitch. Another foul ball. That one hit right off the top of the screen. Bounce back on the playing field where Tyler Minnick will pick it up. Carefully examine it. Hand it to the plate umpire. He doesn't even look at it. Sticks it in his bag. It'll go back in the game. Another 3-2 pitch. And a check swing. They appeal, and he did not go. So that is a leadoff walk to Cervo. First walk issued by Drew Horn. Here's Vasquez, the left fielder. He flied out in the first inning. Applied to right field. Vasquez, a native of Brazil. Throw to first and the runner back.
I didn't know they played much baseball in Brazil.
Well, he played junior college ball at Wallace Dothan Community College. I think it's in Alabama, where he hit .430 over 2 years.
Well, let's see. There was a pitcher that actually pitched in the major leagues that was from Brazil. Wish I could remember that guy's name. Drew Hall needs to
pitches inside, ball one.
Drew Horn, rather, needs to be thinking about his pitch count. He's up over 50 now, and we're just in the 3rd inning. He's gone deep into too many counts.
Pitches inside, ball 2, 2-0 to Vasquez. There's a strike, caught the outside corner, 2-1. Raiders leading 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Western has a runner at first with no outs. Horn with the pitch, hit to center field. Snyder is coming over in the right center. Rogers crossing in front of him in right center will make the catch. And the wind just held that one down to allow Rogers to make the catch.
And it also had a strong break. Came back to him.
That ball appeared to be hit solidly when it left the bat, and it just died out in right field. Here is Weidman, applied to right in the 1st inning. That was a shallow fly, as I recall. And the pitch. Ground ball, foul past 3rd, strike 1. One on, one out here in the 3rd inning. Raiders leading 2-1. Horn comes set, swinging a foul back. And the count is 0-2. Weidman out of Marietta, Georgia. This is his first year with the Western program. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Snyder coming on. Still coming. Makes a running grab.
That was an interesting route to that baseball.
And again, John, that one looked like it was really hit solidly when it left the bat, and the wind just
got right into that wind and
knocked it down.
It knocked it down, and that baseball did not go where Eston Snyder thought it was going to go.
So 2 outs, and the batter is Kyle Hayes, the first baseman. Hayes grounded out in the first inning. Ciervo with the leadoff walk, still at first base. Pitch missed, but not by much. I think Horn thought he had a strike there. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Right-hander comes set. And the pitch. Off-speed pitch. Caught the corner, and it's 1-1. Not getting the bright sunshine that we got yesterday, although starting at 6 o'clock, it didn't last that long. A little cloud cover here today and a strong breeze out of the south. Throw to first, runner back. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to the first baseman, Kyle Hayes. Horn with the pitch. Fouled out of play to the right.
They may be having some weather issues down in the Atlanta area. Kennesaw State and FIU were supposed to start at 3 o'clock, and they are not underway.
One ball, 2 strikes. The count to Hayes. The pitch. The runner goes, and a perfect hit and run.
Yeah.
Through the hole into right field. Rogers will make the short toss back to the infield, and they will have runners at first and third. That's a good piece of hitting by Hayes. They started the runner, and Ciervo is at third base now. First and third. It's hit number 3.
That would have been a tough chance for Cooper Clapp, but I'm not sure that they would have turned 2, but they certainly wouldn't have gotten the runner to third.
With the runner going, he had to vacate his position to either cover the bag or back up the throw. So 2 outs, first and third for Thomas Marsala. Had a 2-strike hit in the second inning.
Well, it says it's sunny and 84 in the Atlanta, Kennesaw, Marietta area.
Strike called.
So no telling what's going on down there.
Marsala, a left-handed batter. Another first-year player coming out of junior college. Swinging a foul back. 0-2. A lot of new players on this Western team, and most of the newcomers are either from junior college or right out of high school, from freshmen. They don't have a lot of drop-downs from other, or transfers from other colleges, 4-year colleges.
Cooper Clapp, he's got to be, 10, 12?
Ooh, they had that runner picked off. If Horn had known to toss it over there earlier, as he had started to second base. Looked like they may have been wanting to try that old delayed steal, John.
Either that or see if they couldn't get a bunt.
They do it again. They're just going to let the runner have second base. And the pitch is swung on and foul back. So Hayes just tippy-toed down to second without a throw. So 2 outs, second and third, and a 2-strike count. Be careful with this because he singled on a 2-strike count in the second inning. Horn with the 0-2. Fly ball, right center field. Need the wind to help as Rogers will come over into right center and make the catch for out number 3. That is all in the third. No runs, a hit, and 2 left. We've completed 3 full innings. Middle Tennessee 2 runs, 4 hits, and they have committed 1 error. Western Kentucky 1 run, 3 hits. They have committed 2 errors. And we will go to the 4th. Raiders lead it 2-1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
We'll go to the 4th inning. Raiders leading 2-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as you listen to Middle Tennessee baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
Dick Plummer, John Callow with you from Bowling Green, Kentucky. The Raiders, Matt Wolf will lead off the 4th inning and swings through the first pitch from Dawson Hall, strike 1.
Yeah, changed up on him. I discovered why there's an issue with that FIU Kennesaw. They have changed the start time.
That would make a difference.
Yeah.
This ball slammed and knocked down by the third baseman, Brown, and makes a perfect throw to first. They just took a hit away from Matt Wolf.
Well, they sure did. So that game was scheduled. We had it to start at 3. They're actually going to start at 6 Eastern, 5 our time. So it's still 45 minutes or so away.
Here's Brett Rogers, who fanned in his first at bat against Hall. Takes the pitch high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Hayden Miller waiting to hit next. Pitch misses inside, ball 2.
We'll be bringing you all those scores from Conference USA, middle of the 7th inning.
And the pitch. That was in for a strike, 2-1. Pitch is popped into shallow left center, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder coming in. That's Vasquez. That is out number 2 in the inning.
That's another one gets held up in the wind.
So with 2 outs, the batter is Hayden Miller. Miller grounded to third in his previous at-bat. Right-hander Dawson Hall with the pitch. Crossfires in for a strike, 0-1. Swing and a foul tip off the catcher's mitt, 0-2.
Hall up over 50 pitches now here in the 4th inning.
As the ball slammed into left field, a base hit over the shortstop's head. Hayden Miller gets the Raiders' 5th hit of the game. It's a solid single to left. And with 2 outs, the batter is Cooper Clapp.
Second baseman number 4, Cooper Clapp.
Clapp single to right in the 3rd inning. Hall checks and delivers, and that ball slammed to right field for a hit. Miller turns, but he will return to second base as the throw comes in, and the Raiders have a little something going with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Clapp's second hit.
Enough people have scored on us with 2 outs. It's time for us to do some damage here.
Return the favor.
Yep.
Justin Snyder will stand in.
That's 6 hits now against Dawson Hall. That matches his high for a game.
Eston 0 for 2, but he scored a run. Takes the pitch, and it's called a strike. Hall was pitching him inside in the 3rd inning and continues to do so. 1 strike to count. And the pitch. That is too far inside. 1-1.
Last week at Liberty, Hall went 5 innings, only gave up 3 hits, a couple of runs.
Count is 1-1 to Snyder. Hit up the middle, that's a base hit. Here comes the run. The throw to the plate goes through, but not in time. Now they throw to third, safe at third. Snyder singles up the middle, and the Raiders take a 3-1 lead.
RBI to Eston Snyder.
Miller scores from second. Clamp goes from first to third.
Got in under the throw. Cutoff man cut it in the middle of the infield, went to third base, but Clamp in under the tag.
So here's Clay Badalak with runners at the corners. Wouldn't be surprised to see Eston try to swipe a bag here. Hall comes set. And the pitch to the plate. Swung on, hit up the middle, a base hit. Another run is in. Snyder's on his way to third. They will not throw that way.
They didn't even throw.
So Badalak singles in a run. Clapp comes in to score. Give Clay an RBI. And Snyder over to third. And John, all of this with 2 outs.
I love it.
4 hits in the inning. 8 in the game. Raiders now lead it by a score of 4-1. Here's Von Dolan.
Doing it with line drives. Staying out of the wind.
And the pitch. He drives one into right center. That's in for a hit. Another run is in. It's
That's
going
all
to the
way
wall. Badalak's rounding third. They're going to wave him home. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. He is safe. And the Raiders score 2.
That ball to right center field. Von Dolan drove it to the wall. And, of course, Snyder scored easily. Badalak drew the throw at the plate, got in again under the tag.
So 4 runs in the inning, all with 2 outs. It's now 6-1.
And I don't think they've had anybody working in their pen.
So time is called as we don't have a coach out there on the mound, but the infielders are huddling. The catcher out there.
Now they've got a left-hander up and throwing.
Tyler Minnick.
And I think part of what we're doing is giving that left-hander some time to get loose.
Well, the umpire needs to break this up, because if there's a coach out there, it's a little different, I think. But there was no coach out there.
Now, this is a time-consuming. It looks like number 27 out there. Left-hander.
Tyler Minnick, the batter.
Zach Lyles.
Now the coach will come out.
And he's, I think we've seen all we're going to see of Dawson Hall.
Yeah, they've already signaled the bullpen. So we're going to have a pitching change here in the 4th inning. Raiders have scored 4 runs after 2 were out in the inning. and lead it by a score of 6-1. We'll take a minute here, tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Pitching change here in the fourth inning. Zach Lyles, a left-hander, 6'2", 220, a sophomore from Fairmount, Georgia.
Zach Lyles making his 15th appearance, all in relief. He's thrown 22 innings, given up 7 runs all earned on 17 hits, 6 walks, 27 strikeouts. Got a 2.86 ERA, a 1-0 record with no saves. Opponents hitting 221. And of those 17 hits, 6 have been for extra bases, 3 doubles and 3 home runs.
Tyler Minnick, who likes to hit doubles and home runs, will be the batter for the Raiders. Ron Dolan will be the runner at second. 2 RBIs for Brett, pushes him over 40 for the season. He now has 41 runs driven in. And Minnick with still another RBI opportunity here with a runner at second and 2 outs.
The starter, Dawson Hall, only goes 3 2/3. Gave up 9 hits.
5 in this inning, all after 2 were out.
No walks, couple of strikeouts. We'll give an update on the runs.
Lyles' first pitch, and Minnick swings and fouls it over by the Blue Raider dugout. That is going to be out of play. Skips off the top of the dugout roof out onto University Avenue. 1 strike to count.
You really are playing Russian roulette with your car if you're driving up and down University Avenue during one of these ball games.
And the left-hander's pitch fouled again, out of play. Count is 0-2.
That's back up over the stands. I guess that's out on to.
More than likely.
Yeah. That street kind of rounds itself around this ballpark.
And the 0-2 pitch. High for a ball, 1-2. Lights are on. I don't know if they just turned them on. I haven't noticed them being on until just then. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Minnick, the 8th batter for the Raiders this inning.
And the pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-2. Raiders leading 6-1. We're in the 4th. And the left-hander's pitch foul to the screen. Count holds at 2-2 to Tyler Minnick.
Dick, looking at that flag out in center field, it looks like the wind is let up just a little. Not quite a gale. Well, there now it picks up again.
Foul to the screen. Count holding 2-2. I was going to say, take all your paperweights off and see how much it's let up.
No.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Minnick. And the pitch. Foul to the screen.
Boy, this is
making him work, isn't he?
Yeah, he's laying a pretty good at bat on him.
The fielder's playing rather deep for Minnick.
They're giving him right center field.
Pitch is low, ball 3, and that will fill up the count. 3-2 to Tyler Minnick. So pitcher Lyles has come in, probably has thrown more pitches to Minnick than he did in the bullpen warming up.
Could be.
He was on short call. Foul to the screen. Count holds at 3-2.
You're not keeping up with those after the 3-2, are you?
No, I haven't been. I'd say this is at least a 11 or 12 pitch at bat.
Oh, so far for sure.
Another 3-2 pitch. And he pops this one foul and out of play. So Minnick making this pitcher work. Lyles comes set. Fouled out of play. I hope they remember to bring plenty of baseballs today. Another 3-2 pitch coming. And low for ball 4. What a great at bat for Tyler Minnick. He just worked him and worked him and worked him and finally draws a base on balls.
Left fielder number 6, Keaton Ray.
I was going to see if they there. That is a 12 pitch at bat.
So here's Keaton Ray, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Takes a strike on the inside corner. And John, all of this happening with 2 outs.
How about that?
Swinging a foul to the screen. The count goes to 0-2.
We've been on the wrong side of too many innings like this.
Tell me about it. Lyles with a 2-strike pitch. Hit foul and out of play to the left side. Von Dolan at second, Tyler Minnick at first. 4 runs have scored here in the 4th inning. Raiders leading 6-1. Outside for a ball, 1-2.
Matt Wolf on deck saying, I want to hit against you.
And the 1-2 pitch. That one's hit up the middle, but the shortstop's right there. He'll take it right over second base, touch the base for the force play. And that is going to be all in the 4th. 9 men come to the plate, and 4 of them score. There were 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 hits. No errors, and 2 left. So we will go to the bottom of the 4th inning as the sun pops out here in Bowling Green. It's Middle Tennessee 6, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Drew Horn had a long wait in the dugout, but I expect he enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, it always helps when you can go back out there and have a 5-run lead. Kind of changes the way you approach your pitching.
And now, after a good offensive inning, what you need is a shutdown.
That's right. You want to come back, put up a 0.
Reed Howard will lead it off for the Hilltoppers here in the 4th inning. He is the freshman shortstop out of Ferdinand, Indiana. Drew Horn with the pitch, and it is low for ball 1. Howard struck out in the 2nd inning. Horn delivers low for ball 2, 2-0. I don't know where that was, but it's called ball 3.
Wow. He's in danger here of putting the leadoff batter on 4th straight inning.
3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike called, 3-1. Howard, a .250 hitter, but he has hit 5 home runs. Strike 2 called, 3-2. That one hit up the middle for a base hit. That's a solid single for Reed Howard.
Well, if you're going to let the leadoff man reach, I'd rather see him reach with a hit.
Coach Myers will make a visit to the mound.
And I think they're going to get somebody up throwing.
So the leadoff man on here in the 4th inning. Raiders and the Hilltoppers will close out the series at 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll be on the air at 12:45, and then Tuesday we'll hit the road again, but a shorter trip. This will be to Nashville to play Vanderbilt in a 6 o'clock game.
Looks like they've got Ethan Mbembo up right now. He's just stretching.
We've also got our trainer summoned out of the dugout. I saw Horn, after that hit, flex his right arm.
Yeah, that's what
somewhat going back to the pitcher's mound, and I think that caught Coach Myers' attention.
That's what they're checking. Checking that shoulder, checking the wrist. And
so if the Raiders do have to bring in a pitcher, I think this would be an injury situation.
I think so.
Boy, you don't like to see that happen with Drew Horn.
He's already lost a couple of starts to some shoulder issues. I hope that's not recurring.
He's thrown a couple of
Yeah, I think he's saying, okay. And I think Coach Myers now telling him, you feel it again, you let me know.
Well, you know he wants to stay in there, with, especially with a 6-1 lead.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to stay in there. So a runner at first, no outs. The batter is Austin Haller, the second baseman. He singled in the second inning.
Drew Horn already up to 71 pitches. I'm not expecting him to go too much deeper, are you? Especially if there's a potential issue with that shoulder.
Strike call as the batter showed bunt, did not attempt to bunt. Pitch was in there anyway, 4-call strike. Nothing in one. Howard, the runner at first. Draws a throw. The Raiders did start the bullpen working. Horn comes set, and the pitch fouled out of play, and it's 0-2.
Let's see. We're trying to get a number.
What's the number, John?
Number 34, is that Ollie?
I believe it is, yes. Pitch is fouled out of play, strike two.
Yep, Ollie Aikens now throwing in the Raider bullpen.
Two strikes on the batter. Howard, who singles, is over at first. Drew Horn checks him there, throws over there. And the right-hander comes set. And the pitch outside for a ball. Count will go to 1-2 on Haller. Horn ready for the 1-2 delivery, and it's outside, ball two. 2-2.
Just barely missed outside.
Haller had 2 hits against the Raiders last night out of the number 9 spot. He's hitting 7th today. All with the 2-2. Swinging a foul straight back. The umpire grabs it himself. Gives it a good rub down. Sticks it back in the ball bag. Count holding at 2-2.
So I guess the ones that get thrown out will see a new life tomorrow at batting practice.
I would say, or maybe later in the game. Here's the pitch. High, ball 3. Now you've got a full count.
Now, do they start the runner?
If I were guessing, I would say yes.
Looks like Ollie Aikens probably ready out there.
Horn comes set. The runner goes. Fouled out of play. I expect he might draw a throw over there this time.
I think that's what the first base coach just told him.
3-2 the count. Howard, the runner at first. He was breaking on that last pitch. Horn comes set. Does throw to first. Runner back in plenty of time.
Yeah, that was not that that primary lead that he's been taking. That was about a step short probably.
Now the right-hander comes set at another 3-2 pitch. Instead of throw to first, the runner back. Not only is this holding the runner close, it's also allowing the bullpen to have a little more work.
Yeah, Ollie, I think he's ready.
Runner goes, fouled out of play. And a new supply of baseballs for the plate umpire.
Got a left-hander also doing a little throwing out there.
Maybe Torbett. He pitched to one batter last night.
Yeah, I think that's who that is.
So another 3-2 pitch coming. Runner goes. We're going to foul back.
This kind of reminds me of that Minnick at bat.
Well, the runner at first is getting a lot of work over there.
He's getting his reps in, huh? Absolutely. Tire him out.
So another 3-2 pitch will be coming. Runner goes. Strike three. Throw to second. The runner put the brakes on and went back to first.
Oh, probably wise because
Haller called out on strikes.
That would have been an out. Would have had a strike him out, throw him out, double play if he kept going.
That's the fourth strikeout for Drew Horn, and with one out, the batter is Henry Brown. Horn struck him out in the second inning.
Howard did not get a good jump over there at first base.
And the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss, strike one.
Came back with the slider down and away. Had been throwing primarily fastballs.
One strike to count to Brown, and the pitch. Swing, and they either missed it or foul tipped it. It was into the turf. Strike two.
And that was that slider again. When he threw the no-hitter, that was the pitch that was really working for him. That was his go-to.
So two strikes the count. Throw to first, runner back. He threw well over 100 pitches in that game, didn't he, John? That no-hitter?
Yeah, I believe the final count was 115.
Yep, something like that. Horn with the pitch. Yeah, I think he went. No,
oh.
They say he did not go. Check to swing. 1-2. Horn almost had a bite there.
I thought so. Well, that was that same pitch down and away. I bet you they come back again.
Throw to first, runner back. Drew's thrown about as many to first as he has to the plate in this inning. Ready for a 1-2 pitch. And again, a throw to first. There's not as much wear and tear on your arm when you throw to first because you're not trying to locate with a certain pitch, but still, it's all.
It's a throw.
It's a throw. You're right. Pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. Brown down on strikes. That's out number 2, and the 5th strikeout for Drew Horn. And with 2 outs, the batter is Westbrook. He was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. So 2 outs in the inning after a leadoff single by Howard, who is still over at first base.
He's up almost to 90 pitches now, and we're just in the 4th inning.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. This batter's seen limited action. It's only his 11th start of the season. Swing and a foul back. Count goes to 0-2 on Westbrook. Horn tosses that baseball out.
Well, if he can get Westbrook, I wouldn't be surprised to come back out for the 5th inning, but on a short leash.
2 strikes the count. And the pitch. High, ball 1. Raiders got 2 runs in the 3rd and 4 in the 4th to lead 6-1. Ball 2 is high, 2-2. Western's only run came in the 2nd inning.
That was an unearned run. Except for an ill-advised throw, we probably got a shutout working here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fly ball, left field. Keaton Ray's got the range, makes the catch for out number 3. That is all. A leadoff single, nothing else. Couple of strikeouts in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Middle Tennessee 6, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We move to the 5th inning. The Raiders batted around in the 4th, so Matt Wolf, who led off the 4th inning with a ground out, will lead off here in the 5th inning. John, this series has been extremely close. It can't get much closer. This is the 151st meeting in baseball, and the series is dead even, 75-75.
Our numbers or their numbers?
That's our numbers.
Okay, those are the ones I trust.
Took it right out of our media guide. Matt Wolf struck out in the second, grounded out in the fourth.
Because their numbers don't always agree with ours.
No, they don't this time. Left-hander Lyles, who finished the fourth inning, remains in the game. First pitch to Wolf is high for ball one.
Seen some good ball games in this ballpark over the years.
And some that were not so good.
There's some very forgettable ones, yes.
Pitch is high, ball two.
The last baseball game I ever covered for the newspaper was right here in this ballpark.
There's a strike. 2-1 to Matt Wolf.
That was this Sun Belt, it would have been the Sun Belt, right? 2006?
Yep.
And we were playing South Alabama in the final, and
pitch is high, ball three.
P.J. Walters beat the Raiders, and David Freese, who was later a Cardinal hero, where they were the two stars of the game for South Al that day.
Swing and a foul, 3-2. Wolf leading off the fifth. What the Raiders need to do now, John, is add on.
Oh, gosh, yes.
You don't ever have enough runs.
Never.
Saw that last night. Pitch is inside, ball four, and he walked him.
How about if we were to add 5 or 6?
There's the second walk allowed by Lyles since coming in. And Brett Rogers will be the batter. He has struck out and flied out 0 for 2.
Wasn't somebody on our way up this morning suggesting that 7-inning ball game would be just fine and dandy?
There's a bunt. That's going to be a foul ball.
That ball was foul. It stayed up in the air too long.
Yep. One strike to count. I guess the Raiders are thinking like we are. They want to add on, trying to move that runner down in scoring position.
That's right. Stay out of the double play.
Once again and again, it's foul and out of play. That went back over the press box. So it's 0-2.
Brett getting under that baseball on those two bunt attempts. Would he bunt with 2 strikes? No.
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 And the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2.
You know, I've seen it done. But it was usually in the National League when pitchers still hit. And it was usually pitchers.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside and high, ball 2.
Yeah. Came in and a couple of strikes. Now he's missed away twice.
2-2 to Rogers. Wolf the lead at first. Swung on and popped up into shallow left field. Third baseman back. Left fielder comes on, calls everybody off. And it will be Vasquez making the catch for out number 1. And the batter will be Hayden Miller. He's the one who started that 4th inning rally with a 2-out single. He and 3 of his teammates later came in to score. Throw to first. Wolf is back.
Nothing doing in the Raider bullpen at the moment. So that would lead me to believe that they're going to send Horn back out for the 5th.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Miller. There's a ball hit in the air to left center field. Everybody on a long run. That one is gone. Now you can see it bouncing on the other side of the fence out by the flagpole. And for Hayden Miller, that is home run number 8 on the season. And he scores Matt Wolf in front of him, and the Raiders lead 8-1.
Adding on, I was just about to mention that wind has really stopped blowing.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, John. Because on that fly ball to left field, I was thinking, well, we needed the wind to push that one foul.
Yep.
There's a bunt attempt popped up and caught by the third baseman. That was Clapp. So that'll be a foul pop-up for out number 2. That home run was the first hit given up by the relief pitcher, Lyles.
Got bad news from Murfreesboro, Dick. Lady Raiders and Jacksonville State on campus softball. Jacksonville State has jumped out in top 5-0. They're in the bottom of the second.
Aston Snyder takes the pitch low for ball 1. Raiders leading here 8-1 in the 5th inning. Bases empty, 2 outs, the pitch. Well, I started to say he took it high, but it's called a strike, 1-1. And the pitch. Swung on, popped up foul. First baseman's over. He's got a play on it. He'll make the grab and foul ground, and that's going to do it for the 5th inning. So Snyder fouls out. But in the inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, the 2-run homer by Hayden Miller, and nobody left. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Middle Tennessee 8, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Drew Horn is out there with that pitch count inching up toward the 100 mark. He'll have the top of the batting order with Ciervo to lead off the 5th. Ciervo, Vasquez, and Weidman. 8-1, Raiders leading.
Yeah, pitch count at 91 as we go to the 5th inning.
Pitch is a ball. Like a pretty good pitch from up here, but ball 1 is the count.
Ollie Aiken back in the Raider bullpen.
Swinging a foul.
Throwing.
Worked him inside, and he was out in front of it a little bit, fouled it off to the left. 1-1.
Keaton Ray throws that ball into the bullpen.
Ciervo has been hit by a pitch and has walked, so this hasn't had an official at bat yet, and he's hit by a pitch again. This time that one got him in the back. So Horn with his second hit batter, and both of them have been Cervo.
Fifth inning, and the leadoff batter in all 5 innings is reached.
Here's Vasquez, who has twice flied to right field.
Been able to pitch around it in the first, third, and fourth.
Horn with the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Vasquez hitting .371 coming into this game. This Western team hitting over .300 as a team, .316. And the pitch. Ground ball to short. Backhand. Wolf goes to second. Out there. Throw to first. Out there. That's a double play. That goes 6-4-3. Wolf to Clapp and over to Miller at first for the twin killing.
Well, that's the way to pitch around and lead off single.
Ryan Whiteman.
Ryder's second double play of the series. And here is Weidman, the center fielder, with 2 outs, nobody on. Pitch is inside, ball 1. It's double play number 28 for the Raiders this season. Drew Horn goes for a little rosin.
Do you feel like that heat just turned back on?
It did. Swing off his hands, picked up by Miller. He'll win the race to the bag, and that's going to be all in the 5th. So despite the hit batsman to lead off the inning, it's a fairly quick inning. No runs, no hits, nobody to left. And we are through 5 innings here. It's Middle Tennessee 8, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
And we go to the 6th inning. Raiders leading 8-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as you listen to Blue Raider baseball.
The flagship station for Middle Tennessee sports. WGNS. Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
From Bowling Green, Dick Palmer, John Callow with you on a Friday afternoon.
It is a
Did
Friday.
I get that right? It seems like Saturday, doesn't it?
It does. It seemed like Saturday all day, but it is not. And what a delightful day. Wind is a little bit of an issue, but other than that, it's a terrific day. Temperatures right around the low 80s. Sun off and on.
Car goes down to second.
And look
Clay
at the-
Badalak will lead it off here.
Look at the flag out there. It is just limp right now after just about
Badalak has 2 hits and 3 trips and has scored 2 runs, double and a single.
They've got lots of flags on the outfield wall or just behind the outfield wall, and there.
Badalak has also driven in a pair. Pitch is high for ball one.
They're smaller they're more like pennants. And they're still showing some activity, but not like they were earlier.
Pitch is a strike called, 1-1.
I think that pitch fooled him a little bit.
Zach Lyles is working in his third inning. There's a ball popped down the left field line. Left fielder with a long run. That's going to be out of play. Count will be 1-2. And the pitch, high, ball two. 2-2. Badalak, Bondolan, and Tyler Minnick scheduled to hit here in the sixth. Ball hit right back over the mound. Shortstop picks it up and throws to first. That's a good play by Howard, the shortstop.
Well, they were shifted. Had the shortstop playing more or less up the middle, so easy play for him.
So one out in the sixth. The batter is Brett Bondolan, who has doubled, been safe on an error, and doubled again. 2 doubles in the ball game. And the pitch to the plate, swing and a miss, strike one. Threw it in on his hands.
A little breaking ball.
And the pitch. Same spot and the same result, strike two.
Yeah, same pitch.
Two strikes the count to Bondolan.
That looks like a slider to me, the way that worked.
Try it in there again, but missed too far inside, 1-2.
Bondolan doesn't see a lot of fastballs anymore, does he? I think the league has discovered that he can hit a fastball. There's a fastball.
Strike three called, fooled him. That is out number 2. First strikeout for Lyles.
I think that surprised him to actually see a fastball in that at-bat.
Here's Tyler Minnick, who had that 12th pitch at bat last time before finally drawing a walk. Pitch is swung on, fouled. Strike one. He was the first batter that Lyles faced when he came in. One strike to count. That pitch is way outside for ball one, 1-1. What were you saying about the wind, John?
It's picking back up. Oh, well.
1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball is called a strike. 1-2.
Wondering whether the first base umpire called it a strike. I think it was going to be a strike anyway.
Ball hit in the air, shallow right field. First baseman drifting back, and the wind keeps that one on the infield. So that'll be a pop out to the first baseman for out number 3. That's all in the 6th. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Middle Tennessee 8, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the MTSU Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Reese Smith Junior Field. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit www.mtemc.com to learn more. And that scoreboard, light it up, Blue Raiders.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
We go to the 6th inning. Drew Horn's day is over. He is lifted after 5 innings, and what did you say, 98 pitches?
Yes, sir.
He leaves with an 8-1 lead, and the pitching duties will be taken over by Ollie Akins.
Ollie Akins making his 13th appearance, all in relief. He has thrown 21 innings, given up 22 runs, 19 earned on 26 hits, 16 walks, 22 strikeouts. He's got an 8.14 ERA, a 2-2 record with 1 save. Give you some final numbers on Drew Horn. He goes 5 innings, 1 run. It was unearned on 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He also hit a couple of batters. Well, he hit 1 batter twice.
Yes.
Is a better way of putting that.
First baseman Kyle Hayes will lead off the 6th inning against Akins. Tyler Minnick's throw goes down to second. And we're ready to go.
Leading off for the Hilltoppers, first baseman number 30, Kyle Hayes.
8-1, Raiders leading. Hayes has grounded out and singled, 1 out of 2. And of course against the starter Drew Horn. First pitch and first strike, 0-1.
Threw him an off-speed pitch.
Akins with the pitch. Misses outside, 1-1. Ollie pitches from the stretch, as do most relief pitchers these days. And some starters.
Yep. Well, it simplifies what you have to worry about with mechanics. You only have to worry about the mechanics of one delivery.
And the pitch. Strike 2 call, 1-2. Ollie's from the lovely southeastern Tennessee community of Sweetwater, Tennessee. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Hayes leads off the 6th with a single to center. That is hit number 5 for the Hilltoppers today. And the batter will be Marcella. Marcella has singled and flied out. He has scored their only run. That came in the 2nd inning. It was an unearned run. Scoring as the result of a throwing error. So a runner at first here in the 6th inning. Hits the plate, popped up. That's going to be out of play, foul, strike 1. Short lead at first, and the pitch hit in the air into right field. Very shallow, clapped the second baseman back, and he will take it in shallow, moving over. The wind blew it over almost into center field.
Well, that wind is kicked back up, but it's also changing directions. We've been watching it blow straight in from right field all day, and all of a sudden it's shifted around. It's blowing in from left now.
So 1 out, runner at first. The batter is Reed Howard, the shortstop. Akins with a pitch. Strike called outside corner, 0-1. Throw to first, runner back. Raiders leading 8-1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. That one's hit foul off to the right. That's going to go out onto end of the highway and byway. And it is 0-2. Thought that lad on the motorcycle might have a shot at it.
I was watching him.
2 strikes the count. Akins comes set. And again throws over to first. Count 0-2 to Howard. And another ball skied in foul ground. Rogers over, and that's to watch it go over into the picnic area. Count holds at 2 strikes.
Doing a vigorous business down at the concession stand in the picnic area.
Ground ball to third. Badalek has it over to second. Out. Throw to first. Safe. That's a nice play by Badalek.
Sure was.
That ball, he had a back pedal, and the throw threw off his back foot to second base. Still got the force out on the runner coming down for out number 2. So Howard reaches on the fielder's choice, and the batter is Austin Haller. 2 outs in the inning. Haller has singled and struck out.
Oh, here comes the train, Dick.
Pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Well, been waiting for that rascal. Throw to first, runner back. These Hilltoppers will run in just about any situation, even though they're behind. Doesn't mean they won't try to swipe a base. And the pitch. Just missed. Must have been a little low. 1-1.
I guess. That wouldn't look like it had the plate.
Outside, ball 2, 2-1. His first pitch that Ollie's thrown that he hasn't been right around the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch is low, ball 3. 3-1. What you don't want to do with a lead is
start walking people.
Issue 3 free tickets, and
yeah,
we've seen that happen before. The pitch. Called ball 4. So that will put runners at first and second with 2 outs and bring up Henry Brown.
I think we're going to see a pinch hitter.
So it's, see who we got coming up here. 13?
Looks like
maybe?
13.
That will be Lazama, who started in the outfield yesterday. Ethan Lazama. So Lozama in for Brown, who had struck out twice. Plus he's a left-handed batter to face the right-hander. Lozama is from the territory of Guam. Swing and a miss, strike one. That is a U.S. territory, isn't it, John?
It is indeed. Absolutely.
Came here from Gulf Coast State, which I think is a community college. One strike to count. Check swing, the ball into the turf, and Minnick pounces on it. Runner cannot advance, 1-1.
But Lozama is a big kid.
Listed as 6'2", 207. He had a 5-hit game earlier this season against Austin Peay. Strike called, 1-2. Two men on with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Pitch is swung on, hit foul down the left side. That'll be out of play. Count holds at 1-2. Crowd today not as large as last night, but still a decent outing.
It is.
The pitch outside, 2-2.
That was the changeup.
The pitch. Hit to right field. Rogers coming over. He'll make a running catch for out number 3. Moving toward the foul line. Brett Rogers hauls it in, and that's all in the 6th. No runs. A hit, 2 left. So we have completed 6 full innings. Middle Tennessee with 8 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. Western Kentucky, 1 run, 5 hits, and they have committed 2 errors. Raiders leading 8-1 as we go to the 7th inning. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Tim Page with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Are you on the fence about selling your home? Feel overwhelmed at the thought of purchasing a new home? Well, it's time to get moving. For professional, personal real estate services, give me a call today and put me to work for you. 615-896-5656, or you can reach me at exitmurfreesboro.com. Let's go Blue, and I'll see you at the game.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the 7th inning. Raiders leading in this game by a score of 8-1. Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. You can see the selection online at mtsugear.com or at their Greenland Drive location. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers. Keaton Ray will lead it off in the 7th inning for the Raiders. Keaton 0 for 3. This is a lefty-lefty matchup against the left-hander Lyles. Pitches inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Ray, Wolf, and Rogers in the 7th. Pitch low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 to Keaton. Let's pushed his average up over 300. He's at 303 coming into the game. Without a hit today, he might drop down under that mark. Ball 3 is outside, 3-0. Expect you to look at this one. Takes it for a strike, 3-1. Lyles with a 3-1 pitch. A little bit high, ball 4. Third walk given up by Lyles since coming in.
What do we need to score? 3 runs this inning?
Now batting shortstop, Matt Wolf.
Here is Matt Wolf. Walked and scored in the 5th. So for 2. The pitch bunts foul down the first base side. Strike 1. Raiders thinking 1 right now.
Yep. Well, if you got a leadoff runner, you want to try and make him pay off like we did back in the 5th inning.
Lyles with the pitch. Showed bunt, but took the pitch, and it was low for ball 1, 1-1. Ray with the leadoff walk, the runner at first, the 1-1 pitch, bunts. Pitcher picks it up, throws to first, and the sacrifice will move Keaton Ray down to second. He is there in scoring position with 1 out. Pitched first for the first out. The batter is Brett Rogers. 0 for 3. Struck out and has twice flied to left field. So 1 on and 1 out. Oh, that one gets by the catcher, and this is going to push Keaton Ray over to third. That'll be a wild pitch. And a ball 1 count to Brett Rogers. Now the infield for the Hilltoppers will come in to try and cut that run off. And the pitch to the plate. Rogers takes it outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Sacrifice bunt. The wild pitch has Keaton Ray at third. 2 balls and no strikes to Rogers. Pitch to the plate. That's low. Ball 3.
Wouldn't mind walking him.
3-0.
Getting Hayden Miller back up there with a couple runners on.
Strike call, 3-1.
That was the old automatic, wasn't it?
Yep.
That one, we've seen better pitches than that called balls.
3 balls and a strike. Swinging a shot to left, a base hit, and a run is in. That was going to roll to the wall. Rogers on his way to second, puts the brakes on there, and the Raiders lead 9-1.
That ball got to the wall, and there's padding on the wall, but there's a space underneath that padding, and that ball got under that padding and took a strange bounce off that wall, but
so Rogers in scoring position at second with a double, and the batter is Hayden Miller.
Could have turned into a triple, but better just to play it safe.
Miller, a little pop-up. That's going to be foul.
Good.
Not quite down to the first base bag, and not high enough for the first baseman to get in and catch it. So 1 strike. Hayden Miller had a 2-run homer in the 5th inning.
Got another 2-run homer here.
And the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. John, the Hilltoppers, with the infield drawn in, actually that ball probably would have been caught by the shortstop, or
Very possible, yeah.
if they were playing in a normal position. But with the infield in, and it was lined over the shortstop's head into left center. Now 2-1 count to Hayden Miller. And the left-hander with the pitch, fouled off over by the Hilltopper dugout. 2-2. Nine to 1, Raiders leading. We're in the 7th. And the pitch. Well, he swung at ball 3, but it was way outside, but he fouled it off. And the count holds at 2-2.
I thought that one might get a car.
Two pitch. Swung on, hit to center field. That is going to be over the center fielder's head. It's going to roll to the wall. 1 run will score, and Miller pulls into second with a stand-up double.
Wow.
And it is now a 10-1 game.
There for a second, I thought he had a chance of getting back and catching that.
That was hit to straightaway center field.
That's a tough baseball to handle, the one that in center field that comes right at you. And we're going to see a new pitcher.
So Western will likely make a pitching change here.
Oh, he's already called for him.
Have they signaled?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break as the new pitcher will be coming in, and we'll be back with more Blue Raider baseball. Raiders leading here 10-1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We've got another left-hander coming in for Western Kentucky. This is a tall left-hander, Lucas Litterall. He is 6'5", 178, junior from Paintsville, Kentucky.
And he is making his 11th appearance, all but one of them in relief. He's thrown 15 innings, given up 14 runs, all earned on 20 hits, 14 walks, 19 strikeouts, an 8.40 ERA, no decisions, 2 saves. His opponent's hitting .323 against him, and of those 20 hits, 8 of them for extra bases.
He comes in here with 2 runs in, and 1 out. A runner at second base, and will face Cooper Clapp, a left-handed batter who has 2 singles today. John, you don't want to lose them for the second time.
Especially since I've actually got numbers, and I'm about to have to talk to him.
We're going to have
at the bottom.
John will run down the Conference USA scores after this half inning. So as long as if the wind doesn't blow them out of the press box first.
Need another run here.
Here's Litterall with the pitch inside, almost hit him, ball 1. Cooper's had enough of being hit by a pitch. Swung on and hit foul out of play, 1-1. Eston Snyder waiting to hit next. Runner at second base with 1 out. 2 runs have scored here, and the Raiders leading 10-1. Breaking ball misses low, ball 2, 2-1. Ball 3 is outside. This guy's all arms and legs. 6'5". 3-1 pitch. Swung on, popped into shallow left field. That's the center fielder, Weidman, will come and take it for out number 2. So 2 outs, and Eston Snyder will come to the plate. Eston today has a hit in 4 trips. He scored 2 runs. Pitch, strike called, caught the outside corner, 0-1. Very quiet crowd here at Bowling Green. Pitch goes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Snyder.
Oh, this crowd's not used to being in this position this late in the ball game.
And the 1-1 pitch, taken high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Clay Badalak waiting in the on-deck circle. Check swing, that one's in there for a strike, 2-2. Snyder knew it immediately as he's thinking, now I should have swung at that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, pulled foul down the left field line. Count holds at 2-2. Litterall, the 3rd pitcher used by the Hilltoppers today.
We missed a pitcher.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That is all in the 7th. But the Raiders come up with 2 runs on 2 hits and leave 1 runner. It is 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark, with Middle Tennessee leading Western Kentucky 10-1. We'll be back to check conference scores after this on the Blue Raider Network from Ben Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Hey, Blue Raider fans, this is Brad Hopkins with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. Winning in real estate is a lot like football. Good coaching and recruiting a great team are the keys. I put together a team of lenders, inspectors, and home professionals to help you succeed. Let me coach you through this process and make sure you come out a winner. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, I am here to help you win. Visit BradHopkinsHomes.com or call 615-556-9239 to find out more.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Raiders leading 10-1. What else is going on around the league?
Well, here's what's going on. We've got our first final down in Dallas. Dallas Baptist 18, Sam Houston 4. That's a final 10-run rule, a 7-inning game. Top of 2 down in Georgia, FIU and Kennesaw State tied 1-1. In Ruston, Louisiana, Liberty on top of Louisiana Tech 2-0. They're in the top of the 6th. And down in Murfreesboro, Jacksonville State on top of the Lady Raiders 8-2. They're in the top of the 5th.
This is Cameron Ross. He's batting for Westbrook, leading off the 7th inning. Ollie Aikens working in his 2nd inning.
Jacksonville State and at New Mexico State, they are going to be playing at 7 o'clock.
Swinging a foul over to the right side. Miller over there, but that one's out of play. And it's 1-1.
Dick, we missed a pitcher. We missed, not one of ours, of course, but Zach Lyles left after that 5th inning when he gave up the 2 runs. Dominic Monaco pitched the 6th, and he was the one that was relieved in the 7th after giving up a couple runs.
Pitches high, ball 2.
So Lyles went an inning and a third, gave up 2 runs, both earned on 1 hit, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Monaco an inning and a third, 2 runs, both earned on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
They were the spitting image of each other.
Yes, indeed. I never picked it up.
There's ball 3 outside on an appeal, 3-1 to Cameron Ross. He was the starting catcher last night and was 0 for 3 in the game, or 0 for 4 in the game. The pitch. Strike called, inside corner, 3-2. Aikens with the 3-2 pitch and just low, ball 4. Second walk allowed by Ollie.
Lazama stayed in the game and is playing right field now. Ciervo went from right field to left field, and Vasquez went from left field to third base. That was last inning. We didn't.
Yep. It's the old wheel play.
Yeah.
Ross will come in to catch in the next inning, I'm sure. The batter is Ciervo. So. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Raiders leading 10-1. Pitch is a strike call, 0-1.
Isn't that something? We've managed to let the leadoff batter in all 7 innings.
Wow, that is, yeah, that's not really a recipe for success, is it?
No.
And the pitch. Called a ball, 1-1.
Nothing going on in the Raider bullpen at the moment.
Throw to first, runner back. Raiders had a chance to set up a possible run rule game in the 7th inning if it left the runner at second base.
My fingers were crossed, Dick.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is low for ball 2, 2-1. You just cannot afford to walk people in this situation.
No.
Two and 1 to Sierra Bolt. Ground ball past Matt Wolf in the left field. The base hit. It was hit sharply. I think he got the tip of his glove on it, I think. So runners will be at first and second with no outs. And the batter will be Vasquez. He's flat out twice and hit to a double play.
Next up, third baseman number 25, Carlos Vasquez.
He is now the third baseman.
Hit into a double play his last at bat. Could handle that again.
Akins with the pitch. Ground ball to short. Wolf to second. Out there. Throw to first. Double play. Well, that's right on the money, John.
Every once in a while, it's what is it, the blind hog or?
Yeah. 6-4-3, the second double play that Vasquez has bounced into. Over to third goes Ross. He's there with 2 outs now. And the batter is Weidman. Takes the pitch low for ball 1. Pitcher's best friend, the old double play ball. 2 outs, runner at third. And the pitch. Weidman looks at it for ball 2, 2-0. Strike called, 2-1. Akins found the outside corner on that pitch.
He didn't miss it by much on the pitch before.
There's a bouncing foul, 2-2.
Somebody out of the western dugout makes a one-handed grab of that baseball.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Weidman. Swinging a foul out of play. Across University Avenue over into the parking lot where we parked.
I have a feeling it won't be there when we...
After the game, John, you can go over there and look for a foul ball.
Last Saturday when my grandson was there at Reese Smith Field with us, at one point he had 2 of them.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Wolf will charge, throw to first, and got him. That is out number 3. In the 7th, no runs, a hit, and 1 man left. We have completed 7 full innings. Middle Tennessee 10, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Well, just as we were wrapping up the inning, Western Kentucky decided to appeal the call at first, so they are reviewing that. This will give us time to go into our baseball history section. And I did find something about the Cardinals, John. In 1950, the first opening night game was held in St. Louis.
Okay.
The Cardinals, behind a complete game by Jerry Staley and home runs from Red Schoendienst and Stan Musial, beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-2. First opening night game.
I don't think they've played many opening night games since then.
And I did find something about the Braves. In 1982, the Atlanta Braves defeated Houston on the road 6-5 to set a National League record as they won their 11th straight game to start the season.
Wow.
That was in 1982.
Oh, let's see. 1982 is that not the year that they won the National League West? Cardinals won the National League East, and the Cardinals, I think, played in the World Series. Did they not?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, that is true. The Cardinals did play in the World Series in 82.
I don't remember who played in the World Series last year.
Well,
in 1945, in his Major League debut, one-armed outfielder Pete Gray.
That's right.
Got one hit in 4 at-bats in the St. Louis Browns' 7-1 win over the Detroit Tigers.
That's
and
right.
You know a little bit about Pete Gray, don't you?
Pete Gray had played 2 years during that was, of course, during the war. And let's see, we're going to get he's out.
So the call is upheld. All's right in the world.
Yeah.
And now we have a little more time between innings, John, because we've already taken our break.
That's
so
right.
Go ahead and talk about Pete Gray.
Yeah, Pete Gray had he had lost his arm in an accident when he was 6 years old, and so during the war years, they were, well, for an example, that's when Cincinnati signed 15-year-old Joe Nuxall. They were looking for players anywhere they could find them. A lot of the minor leagues just shut down for the duration. But Pete Gray ended up spending 2 years with the Memphis Chicks in the Southern Association and played well enough that in 1945 the Browns picked him up and he played in the big leagues.
That's just amazing for a guy with one arm to face pitchers of major league caliber and be able to hit the ball.
Well,
much less get a base hit.
And of course you could argue that some of those pitchers that were pitching in 1944 and 45 weren't necessarily major league caliber, but I mean, just anybody being able to do that is just.
In 1946, on this day, Jackie Robinson debuted as second baseman for the Montreal Royals in the International League. Became the first recognized black player to play in organized ball this century. All he did was hit a home run and 3 singles.
Yeah, he pretty much took care of the critics.
And he won the International League batting championship that year at .349, yet he was not on the opening day roster the next year for the Dodgers. They waited a few weeks to bring him up.
That's right. Wanted to make sure that they could open it, have his first games at home at Ebbets Field. And the interesting thing, well, as you pointed, that's inside for a ball to Clay Badalak facing Lucas Littoral. He was not a second baseman when he came up with the Dodgers. They already had a second baseman, and so they moved Jackie Robinson to first base.
Right. 2 balls, no strikes now on Badalak, and this picks Mitch's ball 3. Looked like a pretty good pitch. 3-0 the count.
Who was their second baseman? Was Eddie Stanky the second baseman? I think he might have been.
And there's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. Clay Badalak leads off the 8th inning. And Brett Von Dolan will bat. First walk given up by Litterall. This is the same pitcher, isn't it, John?
This is the same pitcher. Yes, this is number 11. I don't know how we missed that pitcher, but we did.
He was a twin to the one that was out there.
It seemed that way, didn't it?
And on these left-handers, it's hard to read their numbers.
Yeah.
That's why I had so much trouble last night. The pitch to Von Dolan outside for ball 1.
Well, the only reason I picked it up was that I was checking the stat machine for those other scores.
Oh, that was ball 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But this is still Litterall.
That's ball 3. So he hasn't thrown a strike this inning.
No, and they have a right-hander throwing in their bullpen now.
Raiders leading 10-1. We're in the top of the 8th. There's his first strike of the inning. It's 3-1. Tyler Minnick waiting to hit next. Called a strike. That pitch was flowing inside. It's called a strike.
Yeah.
3-2. Popped up. That's foul. That'll be out of play. Ross has moved behind the plate as the catcher, replacing Westbrook, as we predicted. So a full count to Von Dolan, 3-2. 2 doubles today for Brett. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The runner's going, and the throw to second is in time. That's a double play. Badalak moving on the pitch, thrown out by Ross. So a strikeout for out number 1, and out at second base trying to steal.
Now batting catcher number 29, Tyler Minnick.
That's a double play. And with 2 outs, the batter is Tyler Minnick. Takes the first pitch for ball 1.
Oh!
Litterall's next pitch is very much outside, ball 2. 2-0.
That ball just slipped out of his hand.
So he goes for some rosin.
Yeah, wow.
And the pitch. Inside, ball 3. He hasn't thrown but 2 strikes this inning, yet he's got 2 outs. Strike 1 called, 3-1. Popped up. That's going to be playable. Catcher Ross wins playing, and he dropped it. That same thing happened with him last night, although I thought the play last night was a little more difficult than this.
Yeah, that wind played havoc with him. I thought the first baseman looked to me like had a better angle on it.
Yeah, he did. He should have called him off.
Well, that's giving us a little bit more life here. Let's do something with it.
So 3-2 count now. And they called him out on an inside pitch.
He still hasn't thrown that many strikes, has he? Even with 2 strikeouts.
I think the home plate umpire may have dinner reservations at Rafferty's after the game. So that is all in the 8th. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Raiders 10, Western Kentucky 1. You're on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Blue Raider fans, we know life comes at you fast, but with the right insurance, you'll always be covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, your local State Farm agent, Trevor Haggard, former MTSU baseball player, is here to help you protect what matters most. Give him a call at 615-203-5522 and find the right plan for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm and Trevor Haggard are here to help. 615-203-5522.
This is Chip Walters, and I'm honored to be your 2024 MTAR Realtor of the Year. I'm with Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates, and like many of you, I've seen the real estate market shift and change. People often ask, Chip, what's really going on? Well, that's a great question, and I believe in answering with solid, factual data. So let's cut through some of the noise. I invite you to reach out. Let's have a conversation about your real estate goals and the current market trends in your neighborhood. You can find all my contact information at choosechip.net.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Raiders leading 10-1. It'll be Hayes, first baseman, Marsala, and Howard, 4, 5, 6 hitters to face Ollie Aikens here in the 8th. Ollie's gone 2 innings, allowed no runs on 2 hits. Same 2 teams tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air with our pregame show at 12:45. Here's Hayes, who has singled twice and grounded out. 2 for 3 today. Big right-hand hitting first baseman. Aiken's first pitch to him is popped up. That's going to be foul and out of play. Strike 1. Hayes is a native of West Chicago, Illinois. Transfer from Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And the pitch. Swung on, hit to left. That might not stay in the park. And that is going to be into the Western bullpen for a home run. So Hayes leads off the 8th with a solo homer into the Western bullpen. Might have been aided a little bit by that wind, John, blowing out that way, but that ball was well struck.
Well, it was, even had the wind been blowing straight in, I don't think it would have made a difference.
So it's now 10-2. The batter is Marsala.
That's home run number 5 on the season for Hayes.
He hit one last night also, as did Marcella. The pitch. That one's hit high in the air, but that's going to be a foul ball out of play. 1 strike to count. So that is the 3rd hit off Aikens and the first run.
And that's they have had the leadoff hitter reach in all 8 innings now.
The pitch. That one's hit in the air into center field. Snyder coming in, makes a running catch for out number 1.
I think he had a little trouble picking that up off the bat, but recovered and put it in his pocket.
1 out. This is Reed Howard, has a single in 3 trips. Freshman shortstop. He's a good-looking young ball player. Played for his dad in high school for 4 years. Swinging a foul out of play, struck 1. Chandler Alderman, who was our guest on the pregame show today, will be the Raiders starting pitcher tomorrow.
What do we got, a 1 o'clock start?
Yep. And we're expecting Drew Whalen to start for the Hilltoppers. There's a strike called, 0-2. And the pitch. Oh, just missed outside, 1-2. One out in the 8th inning. A run is scored on a solo home run by Hayes. It's 10-2. Strike called. Goodbye. Reed Howard called out on strikes. That is out number 2. Solly's first strikeout. The batter is Haller. He is singled, walked, and struck out.
Ethan Mbimbo in the Raider bullpen. I think that's Cole Torbett also. I think either one of them is ready to go as needed. You'd like to get Ollie through this inning.
Pitch is ball 1. Mbimbo's name reminds me of the Western Kentucky pitcher Jacob Bimby, who was drafted in the 11th round by the Pittsburgh Pirates after last season. And I think he might be in the big leagues. I'm not sure. Seems like I've seen a player with that name.
Well, that's not your average run-the-mill.
And they also lost Mason Burns to the draft in the 14th round, drafted by the Cardinals. Pitch is outside, 2-1. So 2 of their pitchers from last year taken in the Major League draft. But they haven't lost a beat, have they, as far as their pitching is concerned?
In fact, it looks like they've gotten better. I think today is kind of a
ground ball to first. Miller's got it and touches the bag for out number 3. That's all in the 8th.
He kind of teased him a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah. 1 run, 1 hit on the home run. Nobody left. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Middle Tennessee 10, Western Kentucky 2. You're on the Blue Raider Network. From Ben Wagner.
Will Fraley, attorney at law, has experience you can count on. Former Blue Raider baseball player and MTSU alum Will Fraley serves Murfreesboro and the surrounding communities. Put a strong and experienced legal fighter on your case. Give Will Fraley a call and he can handle all of your legal matters, including criminal and domestic or family law. Visit willfraleylaw.com or call 615-410-7290.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
We go to the 9th inning. The Raiders leading 10-2. We'll have Keaton Ray to lead it off against the left-hander Litterall. Lucas Litterall be pitching in his 3rd inning.
He came on in the 7th after the Raiders had scored twice and had a runner at second base with just 1 out.
Make sure that is the same pitcher, John. Looks like him.
It is.
Number 11.
That
Yep.
is.
We've already missed one today.
That's amazing. And here comes the heat. The heat's just cycled back on underneath our desk.
Keaton Ray has been on base twice, scored once. Yet to get his first hit. The pitch, pop foul out of play, strike 1. Litterall comes back with a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-2. Swung on, a little tap foul down the first base line. Count will hold at 2 strikes. The Raiders make their annual trip to Vanderbilt on Tuesday. That's a 6 o'clock game. And then we'll hit the road to Las Cruces, New Mexico on Thursday for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend series.
Oh, I hope we actually make it to Vanderbilt. You remember last year we were on our way, and in fact you and I were already in Nashville, and they called it off.
Strike 3 swinging.
That was a pretty weak swing.
That's 1 out in the 9th, and the batter is Matt Wolf. Looking for his first hit today.
There is no rain in the forecast for Tuesday, so maybe they'll be forced to play us.
I didn't even recall that, John.
We were actually on the 440 right before Nolensville Road when we got the word. Unfortunately, we got it right before Nolensville Road, so we could get off the interstate and turn around and go home.
0-2 is high to Wolf, 2-0.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Okay.
There's a ball hit in the air to right center. It's a long run, but Weidman's going to get there and make the catch fairly deep right center for out number 2. 2 down. And the batter is Brett Rogers. Drove in a run with a double against a drawn-in infield, hit a line shot that cleared the infield and rolled all the way to the wall in left center field. Takes the pitch inside for ball 1. So Brett 1 out of 4 today. That's a ground ball to the left side back. Well, they tried to backhand it. That was a shortstop, but it got past him. I think they'll rule a hit on that. We'll see.
I hope so. They give him an error.
Error on the shortstop?
Yeah.
No, that's a pretty tough error. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's Miller.
He's had a pretty decent day today.
I'd say home run, double, single.
How about a triple? When was the last time we had somebody hit for the cycle? It's like ever.
That's ball 1 outside. Oh, I'm sure we have. Swinging a foul back.
And this kind of ballpark, you could actually have a triple.
Well, the Westerns hit 13 of them this year. I expect most of them have come right here. This ballpark has always seemed to be played fairly big, although the dimension's about the same as ours at home. 1 ball, 1 strike, swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2.
I'm looking at the last time list, and I don't see the cycle on there.
And the pitch. High, ball 2, 2-2.
You'd think that'd be a stat that they'd want to pay attention to.
2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Full count, so Rogers will get a head start with the count 3-2. There he goes, and there goes the ball, hit deep to left field.
Foul.
And
Whoa.
He almost got a second home run.
Yep.
That ball clear the fence down there?
It did.
Right down the line in left field. So Rogers returns to first.
I don't know whether I think that probably is going to be foul regardless of what the wind was doing. Might just have been a little bit more foul.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That is all in the ninth. No runs, no hits, one left. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It's Raiders 10, Western Kentucky 2. You're listening to Middle Tennessee Baseball from Van Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. And for the Hilltoppers, it will be Lozama to lead it off. Lozama pinch hit for Brown in the sixth inning and flied out. So he's 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter facing the right-hander, Ollie Akins. Swing and a bouncing ball. Miller tries to keep it fair and does, and steps on the bag for out number one.
Well,
one pitch, one out.
He actually kind of stumbled on the bag, and
but he was trying to keep that ball from going foul.
Well, he did a great job of that, and just kind of laid his glove on the bag. So
one pitch, one out in the ninth. The batter is Ross.
3 unassisted.
He walked in the seventh, pinch hitting for Westbrook.
That's the first inning all afternoon that we've got the leadoff hitter.
Pitch is high for ball one. Pitch is high, ball two, 2-0 to Cameron Ross. One out in the ninth. And the pitch. Swung on, hit foul down the left field line.
That is just about where that one Hayden Miller hit in the top of this inning.
2-1.
That was more of a line drive. Hayden's was a definite fly ball.
Two balls and a strike to Ross. Pitch is low for ball three. 3-1. And ball four walked him. Third walk given up by Akins.
Ollie walked him back in the seventh inning.
The batter is Ciervo. Now this guy, John, has been on base 4 times. Has been hit by a pitch twice, has walked, and has singled. Pitch to the plate. Over but low, ball one.
Well, his last 2 at-bats, he has been erased at second base. Jerry Myers wants to come out.
One ball, no strikes to count.
He's got relief help out in the bullpen, and Bimbo ready to go. I think Cole Torbett is ready to go.
I think Coach would like for Ollie to finish this game.
I think so, and I
so
think
we wouldn't have to use another pitcher today.
That's and I think he was just saying, all right, calm down.
Make them hit their way on, huh?
That's right. You know what? Looked to me like in that last at-bat with Ross, he might have been overthrowing a little bit. Certainly was on that first pitch here to Ciervo.
Short lead at first by the runner and the pitch. Inside, ball 2, 2-0.
You know where Chesterfield, Missouri is?
Where what is?
That's where Ciervo's from.
Oh.
That's out in West County. Out highways, is that 40 and 60? Well, anyway, it's is one of the suburbs of St. Louis. I bet you he might even be a Cardinal fan.
There's a strike call, 2-1. One on, one out, bottom of the ninth. Raiders leading 10-2. Akins with the pitch. Ball outside, 3-1.
Whoa.
Foul past third. Going to carry him out into left field. And that will fill it up, 3-2.
Somebody out of the bullpen to pick that baseball up. Keaton Ray says, that's not my job to go get hard hit foul balls.
Full count, 3-2 to Ciervo.
You start the runner here?
No. The pitch. Hit in the air. Snyder coming over. Keaton Ray in left field will come in and make the catch for out number 2. Two outs, and the batter is Vasquez.
Well, we finally kept Ciervo off the bases.
Yeah, and Vasquez will not hit into a double play this at bat.
No.
He's hit into 2 6-4-3 double plays. But be ready, Matt Wolf. Might be coming your way.
Who needs to be ready is Brett Rogers. He went to right field twice.
Ball 1. Ollie's pitch. Fouled out of play to the right. It's 1-1.
Tony Kessinger checking in with us. It's about time, don't you think? We're in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th inning.
You know, I haven't checked my text messages since the game started. I should be doing that.
We're glad to hear from you, Tony, as always.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Hit into left center. That's going to find a hole out there.
It's off the wall.
1 bounce off the wall. Snyder will bring it in. The throw is coming to the plate, and
too late. And it's a bad throw, but Ollie backing it up.
So that will make it a 10-3 game. That's a run-scoring double for Vasquez.
Now batting center fielder number 33, Ryan Whiteman.
It's hit number 4, run number 2 off Akins. And the batter is Weidman. 0 for 4 today, and hate to say this, but he's due. He's hitting over 400 this year. Akins with a pitch. Soft strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, 73 miles an hour.
Nothing in one. Runner leads at second. Pitch is low for ball 1. 1-1. Hayes, who hit that home run in the 8th inning, is scheduled to hit next. I'd like to not have him come up here in the 9th.
I'm with you on that.
Fly ball center field. Snyder moving over a few steps in the right center, hauls it in, and that's out number 3. That's that 27th one we've been looking for, John.
Oh, boy. Isn't that the truth?
1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. And your final score today is Middle Tennessee 10, Western Kentucky 3. Raiders improved to 18-21, 4-10 in conference play. Western now 32-7, 10-4 in conference play. Stay with us. John's going to be down on the field with some words from Coach Jerry Meyer and our postgame show coming your way next. We'll pause 2 minutes now, 2 minutes on the Blue Raider Network from Van Wagner.
The Blue Raiders are winners in the classroom, on the field, and the courts. Richard Lewis here. I want you to win in real estate also. Buying, selling, auction here in Tennessee, or along the Gulf Coast, a second home, or investing. Give me a call to help start that winning process. 615-319-9981. Oh, I'm never too busy for your referrals. Richard Lewis, Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the MTSU Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Reese Smith Junior Field. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit www.mtemc.com to learn more. And that scoreboard, light it up, Blue Raiders.
Today's game is in the books, and it's time to recap the action in the Blue Raider postgame show. Today's broadcast on the Blue Raider Network has been brought to you in part by Will Fraley, attorney at law, and by Exit Realty Bob Lamb & Associates and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Tim Page, and Chip Walters. Let's head to the ballpark for today's Blue Raider postgame show.
And welcome back as the Raiders win by a score of 10-3 over the Hilltoppers here. And as a side note, it is the first game Western Kentucky has lost at home this season. Their home record is now 23-1. And it's only the third game the Raiders have won away from home. Their record on the road is now 3-10. That's just a little side note. Final line score for Middle Tennessee, 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. and they leave 7. Western Kentucky 3 runs, 8 hits. They commit 3 errors, and they leave 9. The winning pitcher will be Drew Horn. His record 3-1. He went 5 innings, 98 pitches, and gave up no earned runs, 1 unearned run on 4 hits. And the starter, Dawson Hall, takes the loss for Western Kentucky. Raiders got him out after 3 2/3 innings. Coach Myers down on the field with our John Calla. We're going to send it down to you, John.
Down on the field here with Jerry Myers. I see a smile on your face.
Barely. We're not done, so we're just I feel good about that one. Did some really good things today, and we're able to get some separation and had some really good at-bats early against their starter that allowed us to get a little bit of a gap between what they were able to do. Drew was pretty good on the mound. Didn't feel great throughout, but give us 5 solid, and Ollie took care of the baseball at the end. So played really good defense, turned a couple really nice double plays. But like I told our guys, we didn't have to do that to validate anything. We just know when we do what we're supposed to in all 3 phases, we got a chance to have a good outcome, and today it was.
You took down the league leader today.
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing. It doesn't matter what their record is, what their stats are. We're just trying to do the best job we can, and they happen to be at the top or undefeated at home or whatever it was, plays into it 0%.
So what does it mean that you only have to use 2 out of on the mound today?
I mean, that was helpful. I mean, we had 2 other guys getting hot down there, and Ollie giving us 4 right there, and Horn getting us through 5, which was pitch count wise just a little bit borderline, but that's helpful to do that, and they didn't use any of their main guys there towards the end once we had separation, so they'll have a fully loaded bullpen, I guess, going into tomorrow as well.
All right, and Chandler goes tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll go Alderman tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get some guys that contribute, even that have already thrown in this series, like a Birch and Torbett should be able to bounce back. Other 2 guys, pitch count wise, maybe not, but got some other guys we haven't thrown yet, and got to step up and throw strikes.
Okay, we'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Back to you, Dick.
All right, thank you, John. Thanks, Coach Myers, and congratulations to the Blue Raiders. Now, Coach Myers sort of underplayed that it was Western's first home loss, but I think that's big. They had won 23 straight here without a loss, and the Raiders pinned it on them today by a score of 10-3. So we've run down the totals for you. Hitting-wise for the Raiders, 12 hits today, 3 hits for Hayden Miller. He was a triple shy of the cycle, had a single, double, and home run. A 2-run homer came in the 5th inning. And so that was his 8th home run of the year. He also drove in 3 runs. 2 hits for Cooper Clapp today. Good to see his bat coming around. Clay Badalak had 2 hits, drove in 2 runs, as did Brett Von Dolan with a pair of doubles, 2 RBIs. Tyler Minnick and Eston Snyder, and Brett Rogers had the other 3 hits for the Blue Raiders. Drew Horn goes 5 innings and picks up the win. He is now 3-1. He gives up 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He threw 98 pitches in the 5 innings. Ollie Aikens goes 4 innings, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, walks 3, strikes out 1, and he wrapped it up for the Raiders, and he will pick up a save for that. So that's going to wrap it up here for us. Middle Tennessee 10, Western Kentucky 3. Our thanks to John Callow, our studio producer, Jackson Smith, and until tomorrow afternoon at 12:45 for our pregame show, 1 o'clock game time for the 3rd game and actually the rubber game in this series. Dick Plover saying thank you so much for listening. Good afternoon from the ballpark.
Thanks for listening to today's Middle Tennessee State University baseball game. Today's game has been produced by Van Wagner College through the facilities of WGNS Radio.